BCG, the range was obviously 12 plus and 12 to 15.
Hi guys, so today in this podcast we have Chandan Kumar with us, and I would like to ask Chandan to just brief about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Rahul. I am Chandan Kumar, and I have completed my graduation from NIT Raipur. Post that, currently I am working here at BCG as a junior analyst. So I joined this company as a fresher only. Just have 7 months of experience till now. And apart from these work and all, I am interested in stand-up comedy and poetry writing. So just right now here in the Bangalore exploring all this.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw your profile, the first question I had in my mind was, which is because I'm also from non-tech background, so the first thing I
Right.
would like to ask, how come you got interested into data science?
Yep. Right. It's at starting, I was here in the metallurgical engineering. So the first 2 years was more into metallurgy only, and I was interested in the research based basically. So I have written some research papers and it got published also. But then this COVID came and we all went to our homes. So from the third year basically, right. So there, I started exploring somewhat into the data analytics and other fields. Then I have also contacted a few professors from IIMs basically. So I was interested in the research only. That's why. So there, I wrote research paper with one of the professors of IIM Indore and with MDI Gurgaon. So there I got to know more about the data and analytics and other things. Then I got into more interested and started exploring this field. Then in the LinkedIn also, I was being very active. And there only, I can say about the CloudyML also. So I was able to see that posts by Akash, right? Those different questions and different techniques. So these all things really influenced me. So I started deep diving into it and then just continued further.
So, like when we study coding or tools and technologies, so how will you tell people that, like, whatever you are learning, how much it is relevant when you work in a company?
Right. So whenever we start, learning these things, then we think that why is there's the need to go and like. Whenever we are doing these things, we just think of okay, this is the question in front of me. I just have to solve it. But that's not the core value that will help you when you're working in the company. So there's the very basic level things. Even if you're applying somewhere, let's say the if or else condition, you should be very clear why are you doing this. So whenever we are doing things in the normal, like when we are in college or we are doing any course, we just say that okay, let's just do it. But when you are at company, you have to be clear at the basic level, and you have to think that why am I doing this. So this is the first question that you need to ask. That's where we are more focused on during the training period also, and even when we continue to work on the project. So that is a very important part, I think so.
So, which tools and technologies you learned to land this job?
Right. So, as you know, the very basic things in the analytics field that we know. So, moreover for me, it was like advanced Excel, SQL, then the Python, and then in these regular market trends, we have a more of like the data visualization thing. So obviously for visualization, you need to learn something. So I had a bit basics of Tableau and Power BI also. So I had done some projects with that. So these four are the main pillars, obviously, in this.
Next question is to motivate our people, which is whenever we give interviews, I think everybody give like 20, 30, 40 interviews and then land in probably in selected in like 3-4 companies, and then they choose one. So to motivate our users who are watching us, can you tell us like how many interviews you gave before landing in BCG?
Okay, so in total of I gave like if we count like all the first, second, and third round interviews that we at each company will give, the total I have given 22 interviews, counting all, and I was able to crack most of them. So like at BCG only I had to give 6 interviews. So that was there, and I started basically this. I got this job through off campus BCG. So I started applying these in the month of April and May or something like that, when my college got finished off. And I had one offer from Wipro from the college on campus, but then I started an off campus. There were like 5 to 6 companies that I got offers from, but then I obviously finalized BCG at last because the MBB, the craze was there. So yeah, but for interview, if you ask me, the most important thing, that influenced me or that made me improvise and a lot better was that basically the first is the communication. Obviously, that's where you have to pay most of your attention, and the second is the confidence. So whatever you are saying, in whatever you have done, you have to be very confident about that, because sometimes they try to trick you out even if you are right, if you're wrong, then obviously they catch you out. So you cannot just try to mix things up, because they are smarter, they are already working in company, they have already crossed your age, so you cannot try to mix these things up and just you can pull it out. So that's not the case. So you have to be very clear with these things. If you don't know, you don't know, right? These things.
I remember one of my first interview. It was like the interviewer asked me, can we use switch in Python? Okay. And Python was the first language I had learned. So I didn't know actually, that switch we use in other programming languages. But in latest version, I have seen that they have brought something similar to switch or switch. At that time, I said that I haven't seen using switch in Python.
Okay.
I wanted to say that most probably we don't use it, because we haven't seen it till now. But he was not satisfied with my answer, because I was not sure. The interviewer wants you to be sure about your answer.
Exactly. So these are very basic things, right? So that's what I told you. When you come to the company, when we are like fresher at the college, we just think. Similarly, even during the JEE preparation, we used to think that why are we doing this much of chemistry questions and physics and maths? What is their like applicability in the real life scenario? But when we came to college, then we knew the importance of every single thing that the basics. If we would have learned over there, then everything means it here. Similarly, if you are a company, so everything that you learn at the college level, that means. So everything has some application, and right.
I would like to know, like, when you came to know about CloudyML, you obviously saw the brochure, what we are covering here. So, and when you did the course, how much did it help you in your interviews?
Right. So, before this, everything was very scattered out, and I was like studying from here and there, maybe from the course here or other things. But when I came to the CloudyML, so here, everything was so much in arranged manner, and you get everything at one place. So that was very attractive, and I liked it that every content you can get at one place, and even the brochure and your index section, that also helps a lot, that you can get things done. Then the exercises, and that if you are doing something, then you focus more on the theoretical part, so you keep on going through videos, you keep on going, but you don't do any hands-on. But here the course is designed in such a manner that you get to learn on your own. No one is going to teach you or there are people to help you out, but the learning part that you have to do on your own. So the best user experience was that hands-on, and that's the most important. If you don't do hands-on, there's nothing that can take you out of the bad part from there, right? So that's the thing. So hands-on was very likely that I like.
And how about were you in touch with your teaching assistant also for any doubt support, or you just did it most of it by your own?
So mostly, I took this course late, very late. I mean, so I was not able to complete most of the part. But yeah, the most as far as part I've completed on my own only. So yeah, I was not in touch, but. I knew that there was some assistant help session. So if I would have not got started getting offers, then obviously I would have completed the whole course, and I've got now also even. The course is designed as such that if you complete everything, then you will get help at your company level work also you can get. So that's what I have. I have recommended it to many of my friends, who have been doing, and even to my juniors also. So even they are liking it, and I thought, okay, some good work that you can do.
So I would like to know, like, how was your first interview experience? Normally when we give first interview, we are more scared and we don't know what kind of questions can be asked. So I would like to know your experience so that our viewers get motivated.
Obviously, my first interview was at college only, on campus it was. There, the interview was not very long. Usually we prepare ourselves for like 30 minutes, 1 hour, like that kind of interviews. But when you come to the real scenario, then even a 15 to 20 minutes interview can be very hard and can be very tough, and especially when it's the first time. So there, obviously, I was a bit nervous, and I was totally different from what I used to be in during the mock sessions that I know, in our friend circle we used to practice these mock interviews and all. So there we used to be very confident because we knew each other, but we don't know the interviewer. So there we was a bit nervous and even forgetting the actual answer that we should present. So one thing that helped me there, that whatever you used to learn, I used to learn through examples. So there, only the examples and the real scenarios was only in my mind. The whole theory was not at all in my mind. So the only those examples I was able to describe in that interview. So that helped.
Yeah, like I like your 2 points, which is like you had a group where you take each other's mock interview,
yes,
and it helps you in removing, releasing the hesitation you have normally while speaking.
Yes,
that's a great point. I think our viewers they should use it. Have
exactly.
like a group who are like same-minded, focusing on the same thing, and then you can take each other's interview. And
this
second thing is,
this part helps a lot when you are at college. So I think everyone have a group. So now it should not be only for the enjoyment purpose, right? When the times for the placements are coming near, maybe before 5 or 6 months just before, you can start having a group, and you can start having like every night you can just go 1 hour. You can have this like someday debate sessions or the mock interviews, one in friend taking to others. So this helps a lot at the later stage, right?
Yeah, I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn regarding this, and I actually tell them that if you don't have a group, you can create a group actually. You can simply post it on LinkedIn. Personally, I remember when I was working on Kaggle projects, and I had created a group there. I had posted in the discussion forum, and I had like 10-15 people.
Right.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah.
So one more thing, I would like to know what kind of resources overall you use, because normally we see that there is so much information on YouTube, Google.
Right.
There are so many courses going all around. So how did you choose which content to watch? How did you choose which websites to prefer? Because even if you check any content on Google, there are so many websites pop up. So which resources on Google and YouTube, you felt that this is something I would recommend someone if I have to?
All right. Obviously at starting, when I had no idea there was a total field open for exploration. So yeah, it did take me time to come up with a very precise that list that this should I should follow this. So that comes through exploration only. And suppose you pick up some DBMS, right? That thing. So to complete that, you will be going through various courses and all. But when what I got to know that if you find some list on YouTube and that's a playlist, that's a complete playlist, then you can go for it. Just the scattered videos of different topics you can go, then that won't help. So just from the basic to the end, like just taking an example, so if you want to do DBMS, then the DBMS by Gate Smasher, so then that's only for that, like that's for the gate actually, but it covers all the topics and everything in the DBMS, so that I like that part basically. And similarly I try to follow the trend, so if you follow the playlist or if you follow that thing, and also the seniors also at college, so you can ask them, maybe if not that's helping, then you can LinkedIn you can contact. So I just remember one quote, Dumbledore quoted sometimes, that help is always available everywhere, you just need to ask for it. So there's nothing to hesitate here. You can just contact people and can get the resources out.
I have seen that like some people ask questions like, is Python necessary for data analyst? What is your opinion on this?
Okay, so I won't say that mandatory it is, but obviously the basic thing to you have to know, because I didn't used to like coding a lot during my college time, so that's why I shifted more into the data part. That I won't get you to have to do much coding here, but coding is everywhere. You cannot run from it, right? So like right now, I do most of the works in Tableau or basically just the SQL and all. So most of the part, even in the Tableau, that's the data visualization. So when doing at the projects at the college level, you just drag something in the row and column and you get some chart and you present it. Now that's not the only thing that that you have to do. Even in the Excel, it's not that I used to think during the college time that if I know VLOOKUP, how to apply VLOOKUP, I know that I am know the advanced Excel. When I came here the first day, they gave me some product and there I saw the whole Excel was full of this coding type of formulas and all. Then the VBA was there. Even in the Tableau, you have to use coding, like some coding or some logic, basically like that. Not that big coding, but so everywhere it is. So you have to be aware of that. And I think Python is a bit easier, if not at the data structure level. It's not required, obviously, but in the data science, the Python related only to the data field, basically just the libraries part and all. The basic thing like the pandas, numpy, matplotlib to plot charts. So these things are important. You have to be aware of these things.
Yeah, so the overall outcome for our viewer is, don't run away from coding. You should at least do up to some level, and I think it's best you start liking it, because there's nothing you can not like it actually. There are like songs we don't like, but we listen it again and again due to some circumstance, and we start liking it.
And when it comes to Python especially, then it's not like the other languages. So, Python is very, much used in all the things, basically. You can say even you can do like Django and other things, even for the development part also you use Python sometimes. But you have to be aware about the data part mostly, because if you are targeting the data science or data analyst, in that field you can keep deep diving. That will help you a lot. Just not get dragged to any video over the YouTube. Just keep yourself focused that if I'm into data part, then I will be focusing on that part of the Python.
So one of the most important question I think people nowadays ask is, how do you study actually, especially in the time of internet and phone where you have a lot of distraction? What was your strategy to study every day consistently to land a job?
Right. So, the best part is you have to figure out what is, you are good at and what is you are worst at. Now you have to focus on this thing that, can you make your worst part as your the best part, right? So the worst part for me is, I am very lazy. And the second part, obviously, when you have the phone, you get distracted by it. So the only logic and the only thing that I used to do at that time, that I used to keep my phone in some different room at my home, and I used to sit in a maybe at the different floor or at some totally different room, and then I used to study over there. That even if I want to use my phone, I'll have to get up from here, go for one floor above, and then take the phone. Now I am that lazy that I won't take the phone. I won't go there to take my phone. So then that's why I try to distract myself from the using the phones and all. So that really helps. And also the one thing, if you're doing this thing, you're fooling yourself. Once you realize I'm fooling myself, you will obviously stop doing these things. So yeah, this is very important.
So what will be your advice to freshers who want to become a data analyst, and especially to those who are from different background? So your background is from different background, and you came to data science, like
exactly.
data analyst. So what will you suggest them? Because normally they are initially they are like not sure if they can do it, but after viewing your journey, they will be like, okay, I can do it, but how? So what will be your suggestion to them?
Okay, so I have a very I quote it in a very simple single line. That's my line, that we can and we will. That's it.
I saw that on your LinkedIn. It was written.
Yes. So yeah, everything that you plan of, you can do it, obviously. And when it comes to, first of all, you have to very much determined about this, that yeah, I want to do this. So, and you have to be sure that I actually like it. So I was very much interested in the metallurgy. Now after that, every field was open to me, because when the lockdown happened, then these are core things, so these cannot happen if you're at home. So I had to change my field there, and then I had to find what am I interested in. So I tried different things. I tried coding, I tried SD, I tried MBA, the CAT and all. Also I tried to just started solving some problems over there and all. So everything I focused on, and then I landed up to a field with that I find my interest in. So after exploring, only if you're, let's say, at second year only, you should start exploring. And first year you can just do all the enjoyment, and from the second year of your college you can start exploring all the things, because you are not aware of anything. If you're at if you're at CS or IT or that, I mean upper branches, then obviously more of the people are going to the that background only. But being coming from different background, you don't know coding, you don't have access to that, because you don't have that included in your subject. So you have to study your subjects also. You have to study the coding part also, the data part also, DBMS and all parts also. So that becomes a bit difficult, but you have to find your interest. Once you find your interest, you will start taking out time for that, and then you can obviously trigger yourself to that. Now when it comes to what should I follow, so regarding that, there are very few streamlined courses that you can come through. One is obviously I will recommend other people, if you don't want to do so much of hard work and labor in finding what's the best that I can achieve from different places, that Akash has already done for you all. He has cluttered all the things at a single place, so you can just simply have it, and you can start going through this one. So one is that recommendation, and other is you just start exploring and you will get to the point, and just follow the full playlist, or just follow the recommended Coursera courses also that you can follow, and focus on the basics part, because at interview level also they don't expect you to be the master at everything. They focus on the basics part, so you have to be clear at that level, whatever you are studying.
Yeah, what we wanted to solve through CloudyML is to bring things at one place. Like if you want to become a data analyst, these are the things interviewer may ask from. So we have added even extra courses inside it, so that people can just do as much as they can to make their resume more attractive. One of the things people are usually attracted is I have seen questions like, how much CTC I will get if I join as a fresher, or after this many years experience, can I jump from this number of CTC to this number of CTC? So I would like to you to tell people like just a range, like when you joined, what was the range of your CTC, so that they are motivated towards even learning.
Okay, so obviously, if you are struggling, if you are doing this much hard work, you do think that we should get this much of pay. So that is there, but you should be aware that. I know this much. You are all obviously aware of your skills and skill set and everything. Don't get juggled up with the things that going on in the market, or if someone has got this much, then I should also get this much with this skill set only. That should not be the mindset. You should know yourself very well. And if you know that, I am having this much of a skill set, and according to this, I should be paid this much, right? And be very fair to yourself. Then obviously you will, always be justified to yourself and all. So for me, the BCG, the range was obviously 12 plus and 12-15 range, you can say, including all the things, right? And that I can say here. And so I was expecting, according to my skill set, only somewhere around 10, and I would have been happier. If you get more than that, obviously you will find everything nice. So I landed up here, and I really liked it. So if you get something more than you want, then obviously you will be happier. But even if you get, you should be aware that I have this skill set, and I think I deserve this much. Then don't settle less than that. And if you get more, so obviously you'll be happier.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing so much from your experience, and I feel that our viewers will definitely learn from it. And I will put your LinkedIn profile also in the description, so that if anyone wants to reach out to you, they can simply message to you, and you can just, I request you to just answer them. And that will be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chandan.
Thanks a lot, Rahul. It was great interacting.